Then if you come to Mr. P2B, if you watch his electoral map, he won the South. So one conclusion in the South is, South. Lost to Tinubu in the Southwest, but did very well in Lagos. Atiku won in Osun, where Adelekes, PDP held out for him, which I think today they're probably going to work for Tinubu. So Obi has to hold those his constituency, perhaps improve the voter turnout. So if he gets 70% in Southeast, which he could likely get, but it's something now of each state having 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, or 800, then it's going to push beyond this 6 point something million votes. North Central is critical for his pathway because Tinubu is also making a lot of good inroad in the North Central because of the politics of appointment and very strong seduction by his wife and the FCT minister. So PDP campaign has to fight hard to win back the North Central. And the Middle Belt, strong showing. A lot is shifting again. Tinubu is also playing some politics, smart politics there, with the Balami and others. So, but the point going for P2B is that what it stands for resonates with the people, so that the undertakers, the gatekeepers, and the middlemen who helped him are dispensable. You see, yes, P2B's weakness is structure. At some point, you need structure to close the deal. You need organization, which it doesn't seem to have competitively relative to. I mean, the other two candidates have a better organization and structure. That's fair to say. Yeah, and he does not pride himself as the organizational man. In fact, in many politics, maybe he's a champion of networks, small groups that are held together by common ideology, common belief, common trust in him, and they will go and work. In the last election, it was like spider game. It was like mosquito. Everybody's on the field. And that's, I think, is where he has strength. Retail politics. He has the energy to traverse Nigeria. He has the energy to probably go to each, let's say, local government in this country in a campaign. And talking to people, he has the appeal that no other candidate will have in terms of people meet him and they say, wow, if somebody meets him in the gym, for example, and he's doing 1 hour on the treadmill, and the lady says, this is real. The lady says, look, you are my president. Because something different. I mean, the lady sits back and watch Nigerian president or princess wannabes, and they're like moving like a tired engine. Somebody's nudging them. They're stumbling. They're just jack and, fit and start. And he sees this person sprightly. And he said, this is what I want. This is how the world is moving. So his optics is very good. His symbolisms are excellent. So somebody sits and says, this is my president. Or somebody sees him in the airport walking briskly. Or somebody hears him talk about the things that matter. So I think that at the level of retail politics, that's where he's going to excel. He's not going to excel in the big, land at the airport with your team puts out money and recruit 1 million people to come at the rally and the CC of heads. That's the politics of structure, those who have capacity, because those people are paid. You have to, even if they don't charge you money, you have to mobilize them in and mobilize them out. I don't see Peter excelling that. I think he understands his competitive advantage. That's why he's going for the retail politics. He's going to go to hinterlands, talk to people, talk to groups. And then those people evangelize, take up the message of talking to them. I know a strong APC leader in my state, Imo State, who called me and said, look, we're in crisis. My daughter says, all of them say they're obedient. He told me that one of his worker, who is NYC from Benue, came and begged him. I said, sir, please, I'll go and register. I want to beg you one thing. So what is it? So don't do that big, sir. Yes. Everything you want me to do, I will do. But allow me to vote for Mr. Peter before president. I'll vote for other people. So he was too fired. He promised the lady. So those are the kind of, changes. People, look, Nigerians are connected. Nigerians are no longer, we parents can take our children a dump. We can control them, but they're not. They are in a situation where they see what's going on in the world. They see how presidents look like, and they feel like, this is what I'm going to be. In fact, somebody told me that a lot of northern kids, most of these political heavyweights, they're children are closeted obedience. And I've seen a few of them walk down to me, sons of notables who would never probably vote for a Peter Obi because of institutional commitments. But their children have voted. So I think that Peter has strengths and weaknesses as to what going to matter in the 2023 are three things. Peter Atiku. Atiku has strength in terms of support base, in terms of elites across the country, people who have worked with him, network, people can probably finance his campaign, people who believe in him, people who has shown, some graces. And it's a true and true Democrat who has, for many decades, at least for the last 20 years, been actively fighting, campaigning, politicking in the right way, which is the democratic pattern. So for me, of all the people who are running election, Atiku is probably the star Democrat for me, because he's somebody who has engaged politics, not from a violent perspective, but engaged politics as a disciplined process of seeking for votes. It doesn't mean he's the best to govern. In my sense, for me, no. I think it's good. But I think that we need disruption. We need some symbolic shifts, and the shift means shift to a developmental state. And right now, it's Peter who has that message strong for me. So Tinubu has a lot going for him. He's going to rely on a lot of proxy. 36 governors means 36 centers of campaign, But the problem is that he's not going to be anywhere. He hasn't seemed to be not to be disposed. Maybe not physically strong enough to traverse and talk to people, and maybe doesn't even care much about talking to people, because the last election, in fact, don't look for election, his presidency has been a presidency of some kind of perverse stoicism and perverse dignity. Don't talk to people. It doesn't make broadcast. So he's not going to campaign, but somehow he believes he can win because they got a system, they have the operations. He had Wike boast in a stupid man, actually, that if he had been in a Ondo or Osho, Tinubu would have won. I mean, basically telling you that are you a voter? Simply means that if I'm there, I will engineer the process and take victory out of defeat. I mean, that language suggests that these guys, apart from thinking they are too powerful, I think they are also silly and foolish, that they don't know even what. How can you say the president has commended the governor and says free and fair, boasting, president has taken glory that he ran a free and fair election, and this guy is saying, oh, if you wanted it, he would have told me, and I will go there and get it. What kind of senseless talk is that? So the main things we don't know. Whether the election will be free and fair, these are the caveats. Whether the security will break everybody's head on the voting day, lock people in and allow the result to be written, we don't know. Whether the court will typically go roguish in many cases, we don't know. So, but if you are analyzing on how people feel, and democracy is about people voting their preference, I think that Tinubu is beatable by either of the presidential aspirants or together.
Voter turnout is critical. If voter turns out very, very well for Peter Obi in the South and Southeast geopolitical zones alone, and Peter Obi manages to take the states that he took before and flip some states, particularly Kano and Bauchi, Gombe and Taraba, if he flips those states, Peter Obi is the next president. Again, we cannot stop without saying that this Peter Obi's victory is almost guaranteed. Peter Obi has the popularity to win. What he needs is the structure and the messaging to defend this victory at the polling unit. Many people have suggested that, oh, Peter Obi should start, and the NDC and Kwankwanso should start with their agents now. I want to add, we're not talking about agents at party level. Whatever list you come up with of agents that will be submitted by NDC to INEC, that list is the primary list. I want to beg Peter Obi and Rabi Kwankwanso, please, outside of the official list that you will send to INEC, come up with another list of at least 10 volunteer agents. We call them polling unit marshal. 10. We as Vote Watch are targeting 3, but you can do 10. Come up with at least 10 agents, PU marshal per polling unit, outside of what NDC will present. And the reason for this is not far-fetched, so that one will watch the other. The truth is, we cannot rule out the possibility of some of those agents selling out. Many people are trying to infiltrate the NDC right now to put themselves in position to be agents when they are actually saboteurs. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. On election day, many of them will sell out. Many of them will sell out. Not me, will. So you will need the backup of volunteer PU marshals or agents to put watch on those ones so that you can protect the votes from the polling unit. Remember, 2027 can only be won at the polling unit. Whoever loses at the polling unit, forget even going to court. Again, it is important to note that traditional campaign will not pay Obi because the time is not enough. 5 months for traditional campaign is not enough, and it's expensive, but the efficiency is not there. You need structural campaign, right, to make sure that Peter Obi is able to get the numbers out in the south and in the southeast, and then he's declared winner in the next election.